Player ratings then, Wolves 3, Everton 0. Another dreadful, shocking performance really by Everton Football Club. Before we get into the player ratings, I just want to say I haven't given anyone a minus number just because I can't be asked with the, whether it be a -1 or a -6 or a -5. So I've purely gone for 1s to 10s. So if you look at a rating and think, how was that player got that? It's because I didn't want to go into minuses because I just couldn't be asked with figuring out who get minus what. So going straight into it then, Jordan Pickford, I've given him a 1. Again, not a good performance by Jordan Pickford today. More so the attitude, that's my biggest issue. Again, performance-wise, I'd have probably given him a 3 or 4 if he'd have, looked a little bit arsed and looked like he cared. Yes, he made a couple of mistakes. One, obviously, where the ball went through his legs and he obviously smiled at the camera, which we'll talk about in a second. And one in the first half where the corner comes in and he sort of picks it up, but he doesn't. It bounces off him and we cleared it, luckily. But again, the goals wasn't a fault for the penalty, I don't think, whatsoever. Couldn't really do much about that. Second goal, again, not really a fault. Third goal, he gets beat at his near post, but again, we've become used to Jordan Pickford being beat at his near post. But for me, it's his attitude. His attitude is just utterly appalling. To have the cheek to smile and laugh and put your tongue out when you've just allowed the ball to go through your legs for the second time within a week. We played 3 games, and in 2 of those games, an easy ball where Jordan Pickford should just be climbing on it and picking it up has gone through his legs, and he's allowed that to happen. And then he's got the cheek to smile and laugh and pull his tongue out at the camera. Again, I said in the instant match reaction, it shows that these mistakes aren't registering with Jordan Pickford. He's not thinking, shit, I've made the mistake there and I need to rectify it, I shouldn't be doing that. He's thinking, I'll laugh that off because, it hasn't gone in. It's shocking, and I wouldn't be putting him in. He wouldn't wear an Everton shirt for me again between now and the end of the season. I'd be putting Stecklenberg in, make a fool out of Jordan Pickford, and then if he doesn't improve his attitude in the summer, sell him, because it's simply not good enough. Luca Dean then, I've gone for a 5. Again, tried to bring us forward, looked probably like our most dangerous player other than Anthony Gordon in terms of attacking and trying to create and trying to drive us forward, but ultimately give away the penalty. Again, whether you think it's a penalty or not, I think it's stupid from Luca Dean. I really do think it's stupid in this day and age in football. You simply cannot be given referees, especially referees at this level, who are absolutely atrocious, decisions like that. He sticks his foot out, he doesn't touch the ball, he touches the man, and it's always going to be a penalty. Like I said, 10 or 15 years ago, yeah, you could probably argue, no, it's not a penalty, there's not enough in it. But in this day and age, he touches the fella falls into him, and he's absolutely playing for the penalty 100%. But it's a silly for Luca Dean to put his feet in them positions, and again, that knocks his mark down a little bit for me. But other than that, after that, he looked like he was the only player that wanted to take us forward. He looked like he was very frustrated, because again, I'm not surprised, near enough every single other player other than, like I said, Anthony Gordon and probably Richarlison, the rest of them just looked like they couldn't be arsed. So I've given Luca Dean a 5. Michael Keane I've given a 4. Again, didn't really do anything, did he, really? Couple of defensive errors where the ball's getting past him too quickly and he's getting caught out. And again, he wasn't as solid as we've seen him, wasn't as good as we've seen him, wasn't as much of an aerial threat, didn't get the balls away like he needed to. And, and again, Wolves just played quite through that defence really easily, to be honest. So I've given Michael Keane a 4. Yerry Mina a 3. Thought he looked really not dangerous. I thought he looked quite, worrying at times on the ball. There were certain times when he was taking the ball down and players were getting on him and he was making rash decisions. Obviously, he went down with an injury as well, which, he didn't play the entirety of the game. So, again, similar to Michael Keane, really okay, but defensively, got taken. Wolves played through us too easily and they struggled, I think. So I've given Yerry Mina a 3. Leighton Baines a 1. I thought Leighton was shocking today, and I know a lot of people will be like, oh, you can't give Leighton Baines a 1, but I thought he was dreadful. I really did. I can't remember seeing him touch the ball more than 5 times. He didn't really have an awful lot in the game. He was playing at that wing-back position, which I thought was quite strange. I thought when I seen the starting 11, I thought Luca Dean would play more as the wing-back and Leighton Baines would play in the centre as a left-sided centre-back, but he wasn't. It was Leighton Baines sort of playing as the wing-back, and I just thought he struggled. He didn't get in the game whatsoever, didn't have an awful lot of the ball, didn't do much defensively. Again, done okay, but wasn't really in the game, so I've given him a 1. Anthony Gordon 7. Think he's the best player in an Everton shirt for me. Again, the only player looking like he wanted to move us forward, really, other than Luca Dean. The only player looking like he wanted to create something. The only player looking like he wanted to help out the forwards. He was good on the ball. His touch was good. His passing range was good. His turning was good. He turned a couple of times and beat some, decent Wolves players and beat them for pace. But ultimately, the lad's 19 years old and he can't do it on his own. And when he's playing with a bag of shite around him, what can he do? So I've given him a 7. Scalfie Sigurdsson and Tom Davis 1. for the pair of them, and I don't really know what to say. There isn't much to say for the pair of them. I thought they were both dreadful. Had nothing in the game. Again, no creativity. Didn't impact the game whatsoever. Tom Davies's passing range is absolutely embarrassing. It's atrocious. The lad can't pass 10 yards to a player in a blue shirt. Shocking game for the pair of them. Again, that centre of midfield is a position that desperately needs to be focused on in the summer transfer window, because it's just simply not good enough. And there's not much more to say about Gylfi Sigurdsson and Tom Davies, because they didn't do anything in the game. I could literally only sit here and probably talk about the pair of them for a minute, because they've done nothing. Going then onto the forwards, Walcott have gone for a 3. Again, probably a little bit harsh on him considering it's first game back since the restart, but didn't do enough for me, didn't do anything for me really. Broke forward, put a good ball in, but there was no one gambled on it. That's probably the only thing he done really in the game, put that one good cross in, and then pretty much was out the game. But I can't really blame him, because, you know, again, there was no service, there was no help from the midfield, there was nothing into him. Dominic Calvert-Lewin a 3 again. Not really in the game, had to force himself out of his natural position to pick the ball up at times and to try and bring us forward, but wasn't really in the game whatsoever, was he? Richarlison a 4. Just thought he worked a little bit harder than Calvert-Lewin, to be honest. Just thought he looked like he wanted it a bit more. To be honest, I've given Richarlison an extra mark because he looked pissed off. And I like that. I like when somebody in Richarlison looks absolutely fuming at the rest of the team for being dreadful. Dominic Calvert-Lewin, again, it might be harsh to knock him down because he did look pissed off, but I just thought Richarlison looked like he cared more, so I've given him a 4 instead of a 3. But I think the both of them struggled again in the game. Had nothing, no creativity, nothing to them, and again, nothing really to mark. Substitutes then, Iwobi have gone for a 5. I thought he'd done okay. Some of his passing was decent. He looked forward. He looked like he wanted to impact the game, but ultimately quality on the ball wise, he just doesn't impact the game. He's just not good enough. Coleman 4. Whatever. Didn't do anything wrong, really. Didn't do anything right. Branthwaite 3. Feel a bit sorry on Branthwaite, to be honest. Obviously coming on for his Premier League debut. Gives away a free kick within a minute of him coming on, and then fails to mark his man for the second goal again. Didn't really do an awful lot wrong since then, but didn't really have an awful lot to do, to be perfectly honest with you, because the midfield was just getting massively overrun in the defence. Again, we're just getting pressured, but I've given him a 3, probably harsh, and probably a wrong game to throw him in, but I'd start him now, to be honest with you. I'd start him from now until the end of the season and just see what he's got, because we've got fuck all to play for, have we? Bernard 2 and Moise Keane 2. Didn't do anything, didn't impact the game. Bernard, for me, not good enough. I'd be looking to sell him in the summer if a deal comes in, if an offer comes in. Not consistent enough, nowhere near good enough. Being outplayed by a 19-year-old with very little experience. And Moise Keane again. Moise Keane's a player that isn't going to play well unless he's got creativity. He isn't going to play well unless he's got those players around him to help him out, and he simply hasn't got that at the moment. So don't expect anything from Moise Keane until we get a creative midfielder in that can really help him. And as for Ancelotti, I've gone for a 5 again, just average. Substitutions probably could have been a little bit better in regards to the players he brought on and the players he kept on. I don't know how Tom Davies and Gylfi Sigurdsson have played another 90 minutes of football for Everton Football Club. But again, Carlo can't step on the pitch. Carlo can't impact the game physically. Carlo can't force the players to run around. He can't force them to get involved in challenges. Ultimately, the players just aren't good enough, and we've seen another example of that today. There you go, they're my player ratings. Let me know your thoughts on them in the comment section down below. Like I said, I've not done any minuses because I couldn't be arsed getting into them, so it's simply 1 to 10. So let me know your thoughts on them in the comments. Yeah, for me, like I said in the instant match reaction, just end the season now. Nothing to play for, no point in finishing the season, just end it. I really can't be arsed watching another 270 minutes of football if we're going to perform like that. I can't. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Leave a like if you've enjoyed, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you soon.